Bande Matram, good evening, welcome all of you. The topic to be discussed right now is on time for psychic being to join the new body. Time for the psychic being to join the new body. That is the topic of discussion many times. Many people keep asking the question who are little bit conscious of this psychic movement. They keep asking out of curiosity, out of anxiety, maybe out of that inner impulsion. They keep asking not only once or twice. This question is being asked, and Sri Aurobindo quotes, no time can be laid, nothing fixed. No time can be laid with regard to what time the psychic being joined the new body. You can't know. Even very much we are under ignorance. We don't know how and when it will happen. For these circumstances vary with the individual, from person to person it varies, very difficult to calculate, to predict. No formal rule, no rule to fix the time when really this will, psychic being will join the new body. It depends upon the circumstances, and these circumstances vary from individual, varies with the individual. Some psychic beings get into relation with the birth environment. You can find some psychic being, you can find the with relation to. It is very interesting. Some psychic being get into the relation with the birth environment, and the parents from the time of inception and determine the preparation of the personality and the future in the embryo. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes at the point of inception, it enters in the embryo and join only at the time. For others, you can find it joins only at the time of delivery. So it varies from person to person. No time, no rule is fixed. Sometimes you can find it joins the pair at the inception in the embryo. So I will quote it again. Some psychic being get into relation with the birth environment and the parents from the time of inception and determines the preparation of the personality and the future in the embryo. And in others, it joins at the time of delivery. Still others are there later on the life, and in these cases, some emanation of the psychic being which upholds the life. That is what. So three formats have been prefixed. Number one, you can find at the point of inception to determine the personality and future of the embryo. In others, it joins at the time of delivery. Still in others, you can find in the latter stage of life. And in these cases, three cases, some emanation of the psychic being which upholds the life. It should be noted here in the course. It should be noted that the conditions of the future birth are determined fundamentally not during the stay in the psychic world, but at the time of death. Already we have discussed in many formats. Everything is decided at the time of death. Today also we were discussing something in the Hindi format you have seen. This Hindi format we have seen about the characteristic we have seen at the time of death. Suppose it is progressed, it is developed, no need to take birth immediately. It may take even centuries, the gap may be. Suppose it is at the very developing stage, initial stage, it will be taking birth, maybe son of the son. Like this it will be taking. So it depends upon how it is matured, how it is progressed, how it is developed. Here also same thing in the course. It should be noted that the conditions of the future birth determined fundamentally not during the stay in the psychic world, fashioning chamber of the soul, psychic world. It is not decided there, but it is decided at the time of death. psychic being. Everything decided by the psychic being, not by mind, life, or body, however progressed or however developed they are. They have absolutely no say. The psychic being then chooses what it should work out in the next terrestrial appearance. There itself the decision takes place. Next terrestrial appearance, and the conditions arrange themselves accordingly. So at death only psychic being decides what really it has to do, how to perform. So you can't say really what is the real it will be the time of entry, joining the new body, psychic being joining the new body. Three cases Sri Aurobindo has quoted for some people during the state of inception of the parents to prepare the personality and the future of the in the embryo. For some at the time of delivery, and for others you can find at the in a later phase of life you can find here. So the thing is never decided in the psychic world, the fashioning chamber of the soul, where psychic takes rest and prepares and of course decides where it has to go, but it is only decided during the time of death. Psychic being progressively, it decides everything what will be the next terrestrial appearance, and accordingly things are arranged and rearranged. That is what the point. Sri Aurobindo very interestingly quotes very interestingly. You have to see, so because there is a big confusing questions many times, often again and again it is kept, it is asked, but no fixed answer. Only psychic being knows what has to be done, and accordingly the arrangements and preparations are done. Next, Sri Aurobindo goes forward. Note that the idea of rebirth and the circumstance of the new life as a reward or punishment for the punya or papa is a crude human idea of justice, which is quite unphilosophical and unspiritual. Most of the time, we feel everything is decided according to karma, for the sin or virtue, papa or punya. Sure, in the course, this is a vague idea. The idea of a rebirth and the circumstances of the new life. Rebirth and the circumstances of new life. It is a reward or punishment, either a reward or a punishment for punya or papa. That is the human idea of justice. Feel somebody has committed some error, likely he is punished. Somebody has done good jobs, he is awarded. Like this, here in the course, it is unphilosophical and unspiritual, and distorts the true intention of life. Distorts the true intention of life. Life is here and is an evolution, and the soul grown by experience and working out by this. Very interesting life. So, what is this life? Intention of life. Life is here is an in evolution, upward evolution. Involution is over. Now the process of evolution, upward evolution has started. Still in the course, life is life is an evolution, and the soul, life and evolution simultaneously. The soul grows by experience. For that, actually, it is coming birth and rebirth. Again and again, it is taking birth for it, gaining experience and to progress. Working by it, this and that in the nature, and if there is suffering, it is the purpose of the working out, and not by the judgment inflicted by the God. Suppose you are facing some suffering in this life, it is for the purpose of that working out, not the judgment inflicted by the God or any cosmic law on the errors and the stumblings which are inevitable in the ignorance. So things are decided according for the soul's need, soul's experience. Things are decided. So nothing depends upon what we say, what we quote, as per our mentality or as per our interest and our prediction. Things does not go that way. Many times we have seen some philosophy you can find, even you can quote, suppose dual reward or a dual principle, dual punishment, that is also that exists. Karma phal, karma bad, you have seen. For a good work, good karma, you are leading a good life here, and even afterwards and in the next birth you can take lead also a good life out of this goodness of this this result. If you are having, you are committing something bad, then you are naturally suffering, and for which the next birth will also be it will be obscured. So twice punishment there in the initial case for good work, twice reward there. But thing is that everything is decided by the psychic being. It has to be very much clearly, it has to be understood, and we'll try to go into this with some, mothers is having one comment on that, on rebirth. In rebirth, it is only the psychic being that passes from body to body. Already we have seen bodies summed the drips of numberless births. You can't predict, you can't know how many births have been gone, and how many are still to come. Nobody knows, nobody can say, but still then it is there. So only psychic being, spirit to the spirit was the same. Mind and the body altered to take new significance. Mind and the body altered to take new significance. Body will be different because it is decomposed at the time of death. Initially, it is decomposed. So you have to see only soul or the psychic being is the psychic being that passes from body to body. It takes this new altered significant mind and life and altered new body to take birth and to take rebirth later. Mother quotes, in rebirth, it is only the psychic being that passes from body to body. Logically, then, neither the mental nor the vital being can remember past lives and recognize itself. Neither mind or nor life, they are unable to remember the past life, what has happened, but they can't remember. The past lives and recognize itself in the character or mode of life of this or the person. It can never, however, remember, already I have quoted, however developed they are, unable to grasp, unable to conclude that something is going on like this, they can't. The psychic being alone can remember. That is the only thing which things can be remembered of the past life. Everything can be remembered only by the psychic being. However, mind and life may be developed, but they have nothing to do. They can't remember. Only psychic being does the same. And it is by becoming conscious of the psychic being, conscious of our psychic being. I don't know how many are conscious. There is a psychic being inside us. I don't know how many are conscious. And its works principle, simply we lay our words, something we stress upon the off-trade principles. We keep speaking for hours together, but we don't have anything to do. So here also you have find the psychic being alone can remember, and it is becoming conscious of our becoming. It is by becoming conscious of the psychic being that we can have the same time exact impressions about the past lives. Many of the times we can find some people are coming, they are going to the miracle mongering babas, sadhus. You see, asking questions and all. They are simply cheating you by like anything, doing this, and they are exploiting you. But you people are not interested to even to know the truth. You are being cheated by these people. They are creating problems in your life. But for you who are actually facing us here in question answer series, you must have the idea that the psychic only has the ultimate knowings. Psychic being knows everything. Without psychic being, nothing can be done really. So here it is a big, very interesting topic we have discussed so far. Really, how this psychic being really when it enters, that is a big thing, big question, and it is an overall we have found most of the time this question is put not only to us, but even many questions we are coming to Sri Aurobindo and Mother. Sri Aurobindo has clearly clarified this is the scenario. Sometimes this entry, no rule, no rule of the time No rule regarding what time it will enter, but the thing is that for some it is in the inception stage, some at the time of delivery, some later phase of life. Things are mostly and only decided by the psychic being. So that is the answer, that is the question. Anyway, everyone should know. This is a brilliant question, everyone should know. Dhanyavad. Thank you. Bande Mataram.